Hi, my name is Brianne Brosey, also known as Brianne Sedal. I played Circuit for on Time Force.
And I'm Royce Heron, and I'm still trying to figure out why I'm on this pretty and powerful panel. But I was Miss Appleby in the...
Is it just me, or there seems to be more women than men at this one? Like last year, there was a lot more of them.
And I'm Wendy Lee.
Wendy!
And I was the voice of Alpha 6. Hi guys, morning Rangers, we're about to crash! And I was also Rita's trusted assistant, Scorpina. And I also worked as an ADR voice director for the show in general. It's great to be here.
I'm glad I did come in this panel.
First off, I'm honored to be in the presence of some of the most powerful, inspirational women out here. So thank you. My question is, I asked this kind of for the Time Force panel this year. So, for you, all of you ladies, well, except for somebody, have gotten action figures made of them. So I want to ask, do you own any action figures of yourself? And a little part of that, would you like to see more girl-inspired Power Ranger toys and more capable figures?
I do.
Yes.
You know, I didn't even know that I had a trading card until somebody gave me one.
Wow.
And so, if the fan who gave me 2 trading cards yesterday for my children is here, please see me afterwards so that I can send you a thank you note, because that was so generous, and I should have asked for your name and address at the time. Yeah, so I had a card.
Well, I think the craziest thing of all is that Empress Rita had no action figures.
Let's go tell Band-Aid.
Luckily for me, Dion Espinosa is a wonderful, talented artist and fan, and he made me my own action figure for myself. So I have one.
Yay!
Orbis's Sprocket may have had some, but I don't have any of those. No? Orbis did. No? No? No Sprocket either? I do have a flashlight.
Thank you, ladies.
A rubber flashlight.
Okay, I'm a little hoarse because this con's so awesome. But I wanted to ask you all, this is pretty and powerful. Who has been like a role model to you? Who's a pretty and powerful role model that you had to want to inspire you to become a ranger or said characters?
You know, I said yesterday at the casting crew panel, and I just want to reiterate this. Those of you who say Mrs. Appleby, she was never Mrs. Appleby. She was Ms. Appleby, a feminist, hardcore. And, she was and is a woman who loved her own thing. But I think that for me, there were a series of large size acts because, you know, there's not a lot of work for large size women. Not a lot of real work for women in particular. You know, fortunately, all of these beautiful young women fall into that role of eye candy, which you get put into so much. But that was the lovely thing about Power Rangers, I think, is that Power Rangers gave girls some really powerful role models that said, you can be beautiful, you can be feminine, and at the same time kick butt. And all of the girls who played those roles did it so well. But, you know, thank you guys for doing that, because you gave my daughter the opportunity to be something other than a wuss.
I just want to say that my family, I'm the youngest of 3 daughters, and my mother had just passed away. She was a wonderful role model for me as a strong, intelligent woman, and a lot of these women know her. And my sister Carol was a real kick-ass woman. You're sort of kind of a little bit my sister Carol. And my sister Janice. And other than that, so many beautiful women actresses that are, you know, so intelligent. Susan Sarandon, Meryl. Couple of guys. Chad Farrell, yes. I can think of others, but I'm going to pass it on.
Well, I usually think of the boys, so I would have to say Scott Page Factor, my nephew Ian, and my other nephew Stanley, and you know, I grew up with 2 older brothers, so I kind of had to learn how to kick butt on my own because they used to be. But anyway, you know, you guys, I mean everybody, you kind of just pull from whatever you see and like that.
Yeah, the same. All the actresses, the amazing, you know, the male amazing. Sandra Bullock. Oh, Sandra Bullock, she's awesome. Well, I was raised by a single mom as well, and she's so charismatic and awesome and just strong, and so that was a big source of inspiration for me.
I'm going to second all. All awesome. They're awesome for saying all the awesomeness.
In my life, I would say that it was my mom that really pushed me and just told me to just reach for the stars and you live out your dreams, and you know nothing is stopping you from doing what you want to do. And so I went with that, and that's how I grew up. Susan Sarandon, I think, is an excellent actress, so I would put her in that category as well.
No, I have to agree with you, because I was going to say exactly what you said. Because I grew up in a teeny tiny town in the middle of Texas, middle of nowhere, where I grew up like throwing cow patties, you know, in the pasture. Seriously, we had like cow patty, you know, contests. And it was so far removed from what I wanted to do in my life, which was to come here and be an actor. And it was my mom that the rest of my family wanted me to become a dermatologist, and I just was not going to do it. And but my mom was like, you know, you need to pursue your dreams and do whatever you need to do to get to where you need to go. So I drove my little tiny, you know, beat up car out here in the June, in like 102-degree weather, to come out here to be an actor, and had no idea what I was doing. But it was really the foundation that I had with my mom to say, you know, you can do it, you only live once, you know, don't make a backup plan, don't make a second plan, because then you're not going to succeed at your first. So, you know, live your dreams and do it now. So I'd have to say my mom.
I totally agree. I think now I'm a mom, I have a different appreciation of my mother and the sacrifices that she had to make to give me every opportunity she could. And I'll always be grateful to her for that. And then my first memory, and this is not because just because I was Australian, but Olivia Newton-John was like, I just wanted to be her. I used to channel her, I used to dress up like her. I went to my first formal at school, which was a Western theme, and I went as her from Grease. I just wanted to be her. Anyway. Stuck again, yes.
I grew up at a time when women were really just coming into their own power as businesswomen, and I too had a very strong, independent single mama who always had a minimum of 2 jobs and just really supported me artistically from the very beginning. She's always been my greatest fan, and she really empowered me with believing in myself and made me promise her I would never wait tables. I would be a working actor, and it's exactly what I've achieved. And she really helped me. She told me, don't learn typing skills, don't learn how to wait tables, just keep following your artistry and what you believe in and the TV shows I used to watch, Batgirl and Mary Tyler Moore and Carol Burnett, and beyond that, Tracy Ullman and Wonder Woman and Catwoman. And
Julie Newmar.
I draw from them with my superhero voices, and I'd say today Kate Blanchett and. Just so many women. Isadora Duncan, going back to breaking all the rules of dance and getting on stage barefoot and just breaking all the rules and raising the bar. And just following those spirited women that had behaviors that one would call unattractive for a woman but completely acceptable for a man. So neutralizing the playing field of being able to raise the bar, push the limits, try things that haven't been tried before, and that's what we encourage you to do too. So thank you, that was a great question.
Would you like to weigh in? The question, my question was, you're also pretty and powerful, who inspired you?
Well, I have to say, I'm really, really grateful for my mom. I was raised in Kuwait, in Arabia, and at a time where a lot of people, I think, that thought that really, there wasn't a lot of equality for women. And to this day, we struggle. But my mom was a Scot who left her little village in Scotland and went in the 60s to a world where really she entered a place where she was the only blonde person that, in her view. And so people looked at her sort of like she was a creature, they were fascinated and all this. But she had the strength to leave everything that she knew behind and embrace this other new exotic world. And she actually grew to really, really love it and appreciate, the incredible differences. And there's something, I don't know, my mom is just, she's an incredible woman. She embodies everything in terms of, she's the embodiment of strength and grace and beauty, and I think that I aspire and dream to be like her. When I grow up.
When I grow up, I want to be a ranger like you ladies. And so, thank you for coming.
Two questions, one for Bria and Rosie. First one was just, do you have any special memory of playing Circuit or the voice of Circuit that really stands out? And the other was to Catherine Sutherland, which was just, did you find it ironic that you were playing a character named Cat?
It is just special to me. Kind of came quick. Scott Page called us, get over here now. You've got 5